Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to us. My name is Rita. I'm honored to be asked today's live streaming. Now let's introduce the streamer today, Miss Tessie. Tessie, key account manager, professional market, Europe, Latin America, and North America. Professional products, fasteners, very much roofing sheet. Winner by Sales Award 2018 and 2019. Winner by Customer Service Award 2019 and 2020. Winner of Products Export Award 2017, 2018, and 2019. Now, Tessie, please.
Hello everyone, welcome to join our live streaming. My name is Tessie. I'm happy to have a wonderful time with you today.
Today, our live streaming will have three parts: the company introduction, product show, and the flash sale activity.
Our main products are fasteners, including both nuts and washers. Please stay tuned. We will have a big flash sale activities after product show.
Okay, now let's move to the first part.
First, let's together to watch our company video.
Okay.
It is well known that China is the iron and steel industrial center of the world, and Hebei is the iron and steel industrial center of China. Hebei Sinostar, one of the top 10 building material exporters in Hebei, has been adhering conservatively to its overall business philosophy of quality, service, honesty, specialty, and innovation since establishment. All our employees devote enormous time and energy to meet the need of the market, steadily boosting the corporate sales. We are committed to provide one-stop building materials, sourcing solutions for overseas buyers. We mainly deal in roofing sheets, metal pipes, fittings and valves, wire and mesh, metal fence, iron art, fastener and screw, home DIY decoration, and other steel products. We now work with more than 500 selected and inspected mills of A level to provide our customers with low-cost guarantee. We also maintain long-term cooperation with world-famous contractors, wholesalers, and home centers. The Hebei Sinostar has 6 complete management systems: CMS, or Commodity Management System; QMS, the Quality Management System; PMS, the Pricing Management System; LMS, Logistic Management System; FMS, Financing Management System; and ASS, After Sales Service System. We inspect and supervise the whole process of production, from mill sourcing, order placing, raw materials, manufacturing, packaging, and warehousing till container loading, so as to continuously provide our customers with products and services of high quality. We have our own logistics department and freight forwarder that are responsible for the last mile logistics, providing DDP destination customs clearance and third-party logistics services for overseas buyers. The Hebei Sinostar is proud of its young, professional, and well-trained team with great passion and creativity. Together with the efforts of all members of our group, we believe that the Hebei Sinostar will soon become a flagship of the Hebei foreign trade industry.
Okay, now let's back to our live streaming.
Okay, Tessie, it's a very nice video.
Yes, quite good.
Okay, we get to know a lot about Hebei Sinostar from this video.
Yes.
Now let's talk more. What's the advantage of Hebei Sinostar?
Yeah, okay. We provide one-stop building material sourcing solutions, and our main products including roofing sheets, metal pipes, wire and mesh, fins and gauge, fittings and valves, fastener and screw, iron arch, scaffolding, stainless steel, aluminum service, and other steel products. You can easily buy whatever you need here to save time, and that's why many big importers and home centers have long-time cooperation with us over 10 years.
Okay, Tessie, you can see we have so many different products.
Yeah.
And how can we ensure the competitive price?
Yeah. We have mature supply chain and currently work with more than 500 selected and inspected mills, which enable us to provide the most competitive price for actual buyer's order. For example, Rita, we received an order of 1,700 tons black pepper last December. According to the bounties of different mills, we arrange production in 13 mills. It ensures that each side is the lowest and this cannot be done by the specific factory itself.
Okay, sounds very good.
Yeah.
And another important question, how to guarantee the quality and delivery time?
Okay, our customer can rely on our service or inspection. We set up a well-trained quality control team, and our QC will follow up every site manufacturing process and ensure including the quality, packing, and must totally conform with our buyer's order and related international standards.
Okay, whether the inspection is similar to third-party inspection?
Yes, similar. After inspection, we will do an inspection report just like the third-party agency sent to customer. Here we can together to show our inspection report to our customer for reference. Okay, we can see here it's our sample of the inspection report, and on this inspection report we will mainly divide it into 4 parts. And the first page we can see here is just a brief introduction of the inspection contract, like the sales contract number, description of the goods. And for this inspection report, the goods is hex screws and nuts and washers. Okay, now let's begin. We can see the first part. The first part of the inspection report is the cargo warehousing and surface vision pictures. And on this part, our QC will put the totally the cargo picture. Like this one is the finished packing pictures to show our customer the warehousing, and we can see this open the carton, the inner boxes, and this is the inner cargo surface vision pictures to show our customer. Okay, now let's introduce the second part. The second part is our dimension measure pictures, and on this part, our QC will put the all items and for this contract and all size and test pictures and to show our customer. And we can see the first page of the second part is the hex screw, and the size is 8 by 1.25 is the thread pitch, and the length is 17 millimeters. 70 millimeters, and the material is 316 stainless material. And we can see for there, okay, so this first picture is open the boxes, and we can see the surface area of the balls, and we can see this test picture of the head thickness, and this is the body diameter, and across vast picture, and this is the body length test picture, and this is the boxes, the labels. Okay, next page. Next page we can see is our the test picture of the NARS. And for the NARS, the size is H, and also the thread pitch is 1.25, and the material is stainless 316. And first page also over the open the boxes to check the in surface vision pictures, and we can see the next picture is the test picture of thickness of the NARS. Also, this is a cross west of the NARS. This is the inner diameter, and there is the mark labels. We can see here the A4-70. This is a grade of the short name of the stainless 316, and the grade is 70. And also the AYA is our company's brand and label. And this picture is we can see here is the labels of the inner box and the outside of the carton. Okay, next products. Next products of this inspection report is the washers, and for the washer size is different. For the 20 by 8.5, and the thickness is 2 millimeters, and the material is also the stainless 316. We can see the test of this picture. First picture is the thickness of the washers, and the inner diameter test picture, and outside diameter. And this is also the outside diameter. And this is open the carton. We can see here the 6 boxes in the cartons, and this label pictures. Okay, finish. And now this is the totally information of the second part. And on the second part is mainly to introduce the test pictures on all sides. Okay, now let's introduce the next part. For the third part is our container loading pictures, and on this part, our QC will put the loading pictures, and of course, firstly, before we loading container, we will inspect the container situations and whether it have the inner destroy problems, and if no problem, we will to arrange to loading containers. And so the first page is the first picture is the open container to test the inner container situation, and also we will put the loading container process and the middle loading process. And also we can see this picture finish the loading. We will take the half open and close the picture to show our customer, and also our sales number pictures to show our customer to know more about our loading container situations. Okay. Yeah, this is the third part. Okay, now let's introduce the last part. Last part is just like the sum up of our totally inspection report. We will show that clearly for the condition statement, like the storage warehouse and the surface area is good, in good order and conditions, and the parking is carton and with pallets, and also the dimension situation is complied with our orders request. And our customer also can check the survivor and the reviver who is the QC in from this inspection report. And this date is our investigation date, and also maybe sometimes it's our loading container date. It's from different investigation or inspection time. Yeah, that is the full information of the inspection report. And okay, Rita, I think from this introduction, our customer will know more about our inspection report. And I think it's also will more relaxed for our cargo's quality.
Yeah, okay, I think my customers will like this inspection report. It's very helpful.
Yes, it's helpful, and also can help our customers to save the inspection charges.
Okay, got it. And then let's move to the next part, the product introduction.
Yeah.
Today's live streaming focus on the Europe, Latin America, North American market. Our main products are both snacks and washer. And finally, we'll have a flashlight activity.
Okay, today we will introduce our fasteners. So together, firstly, let's together to watch our fasteners production video.
Okay.
Nuts and bolts are made from what's called steel wire rod. After spending up to 30 hours in a furnace to soften it enough to be worked, the wire rod goes into a bath of sulfuric acid to remove any rust particles. It's rinsed in water, then coated with phosphate, a chemical compound. This prevents the steel from rusting before the bolt forming begins, and lubricates the steel to make forming easier. They form the bolts by cold forging, shaping the steel at room temperature by forcing it through various dies at high pressure. The forming machine first straightens the wire rod, then cuts it into pieces slightly longer than the bolt length. The extra will become the bolt head. Each piece goes through a die that makes it perfectly round, then through a series of dies that progressively shape the head of the bolt on one end. The machine heads up to 300 bolts per minute. Here's what the heading stages look like in slow motion. This die creates a slight collar. The next one turns it into a round head. Then the last die transforms that into a hexagonal head, the most common shape. Next, the machine forms the opposite end of the bolt. A tool called the pointer shapes the bottom of each bolt, creating what's called the chamfer, the part the nut catches onto. Here's the bolt before and after the chamfer. The bolt needs threads to enable the nut to screw onto it. Once again, they use the cold forging method. High-pressure rollers press in the thread pattern. as we see here in slow motion. This is the actual speed, up to 300 volts per minute. During each production run, they take several samples to verify dimensions. They use various measuring devices, a micrometer to check the bolt's length, calipers to measure the width of the head, and a ring gauge to check the threads. To make the nuts, they use a process called hot forging. They cut steel bars into small pieces known as slugs, then heat them to 1200 degrees Celsius to make them malleable. As we see here in slow motion, hydraulic hammers punch the slugs into hexagons, while a die pierces the hole. Then a tool called a tapper drives into the hole to cut the threads. That black liquid is a lubricant oil to minimize the wear and tear on the tappers. The nuts and bolts now go into an oven at 870 degrees Celsius for about an hour. This gives them the required strength. Then a rapid cooling in oil for 5 minutes solidifies the steel's internal structure. By now, the steel is hard but brittle, so they heat the nuts and bolts for another hour. This removes their brittleness, yet maintains their strength. The quality control team pulls samples off the line, measuring how much force it takes to break them. If a bolt meets its minimum strength requirement, it passes inspection, provided the break occurred in the threading, the weakest part. Finally, packaging, labeled among other things by size and grade.
Okay, now let's back to our live streaming.
Okay, as the video, my customers have known the production process of the bolts and nuts through this video.
Yes, from this video, it's very clear to show our customers the process of the manufacturing.
Okay, got it. And then Tessie, let's introduce our samples. We can see many samples here, and could you introduce to us?
Okay, today in our live streaming, we will introduce the fasteners, and first we will introduce this type of the hex bolts, and also we will introduce this type of the nuts, and we call it hex nuts. And today we will introduce two different types of the washers. One is this type. This is a flat washer, and also we will introduce the spring lock washer, and also people call it the pressure washer.
Okay. Got it. And are there bolts, nuts, and washers of standard parts?
Yeah, divided into the standard parts and non-standard parts. And then sometimes non-standard parts also people call it special standard parts. Yeah, for the standard parts, it's very clearly to our customer to need to provide just like the specifications. Also, the material, weight material they wanted is stainless material, carbon steel material, or other materials. And also, for our customer need to send us the grade, steel grade, which has the tensile things they wanted. And also, it's very important for the surface treatment. Yeah, and other special requirements on the surface treatment and the package, then or we can quote price. And for the non-special, non-special standard, or except for I mentioned item just now, our customer also need to provide the data drawings to better.
Okay, got it. And what's the common international standards?
The most common standards in the world just like the DIN, that is German standard. Also, we have the ANSI, American standard. So GB is China standard, and very popular like the GIS and ISO is both very popular. And the most popular one is the DIN and American standards.
Okay, and let's talk about the bolts. Okay, about the bolts, what's the main material of the bolts?
There are many different materials for the steel bolts and from different applications. And the most popular for this one, we can see is the carbon steel. Yeah, carbon steel, and also we have this type. Yeah, this is a stainless material. And also we will have the copper material and aluminum is different material for different applications. And today we will introduce for this the carbon steel firstly. And for the carbon steel, we will have the divide different levels and like the low carbon steel, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel. Also, as introduced, stainless material. For the stainless material, the most popular material like the 304 and the SS316 is a very popular type.
Okay, really many kinds of materials.
Yeah.
And how can our customers clearly express the specifications?
Okay, now let's together to see over these examples. You can see here, this is the specifications as a full name written by our guest. Now let's introduce from this type. We can see it's M4-0.7 by 8. Now let's explain the three numbers to our customer and what the 4 means. The 4 means size both diameter is 4 millimeter and 0.7 means the threaded pitch is 0.7 millimeter. And also the 8 means the body length is 8 millimeter. It is very full name written by the both sides, and sometimes maybe our customer cannot provide this 0.7, this thread pitch could not provide, but also need to provide the standards to check with the thread pitch.
Okay, I think our customers will know how to tell the size they want.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can see many samples here, and the surface color are different.
Yes.
Okay, could you please introduce to us what's the difference between them?
Yeah, it's the different colors from the different surface treatment. Now let's introduce from this type.
Okay.
And this type we have here, this is a plain surface, we call it plain surface. And the plain surface is means that we didn't do any surface treatment on it. And just maybe oil to anti-rust.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's very, the raw material is very close to the raw material color. And also we can this type compare, we can see the very difference. This is the color is more shining and the white color, and we call it the zinc plate type. Yeah, because surface is white, so we call it white zinc plated.
Okay.
Yeah, compared with the zinc plated one, we also have this different type. Yeah, this is a different color, it's a yellow color.
Yeah.
So we call it the yellow zinc plated. And for the zinc plated one, it's very similar with the white zinc plated. We also have this type. This type is very similar. Maybe our customer cannot check the difference, but actually this is a surface with more, clearly you can see here, this is color have little blue on it. So we call it blue white zinc plated. It's very similar type with the white zinc plated. And we also have this type of the black type. The black is the black oxidation. Is for this black type and the zinc plated is both very popular for our customer. And then compare with the zinc plated type, we also have this type. Yeah, which I can find it's different with galvanizing. The surface color for this
one is a little bit of white.
Yeah, it's a matte color but have the more higher quality, and for the how to galvanize the zinc coating, we could do the normally is 300 grams to 500 grams. Of course, we also can do the more higher zinc coating as from the different requirements for our customers' sales spray test hours. If you want 1,000 hours or 1,500 hours, then you can send us your detailed requirements, and then we can meet it. And of course, it's different. I think coating is different price. Yeah, for this is used only in the industry, is mostly in the industry, and this one is in the dairy application is very popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we all know that there are many different grades in a standard.
Yeah.
How to distinguish their grade?
Yeah, for we can see here from the both side, we will mark this numbers as the 8.8. Yeah, that's the number means the steel grade of this both. And for this both is 8.8, and this is DIN numbers standards. And if we choose the American standards, we will mark different type. Because for this is American standard, the grade will mark 3 short bar. And this 3 short bar means the G5. G5 means grade 5 for the American standard. So the different standard have different numbers to mark on the different strings grade on the head of the balls. Now we will introduce from the most popular one, like this type is the German standard and DIN standard. Yeah, for the DIN standard, the balls just like the stands grade, like the 4.8, 5.8, 6.8, and also for this one is 8.8, and also 10.9 and 12.9. And the NAS are corresponding just the grade 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Yeah. And we will from the different numbers of the strings grades to distinguish the different strings levels. And then if the number is below the 8.8 for the DIN number, just like the 4.8, 5.8, and 6.8 grade, we call it common balls. Yeah, it's just the dairy applications for the normal life. And if you have more higher strings level requirements, we will need to choose the higher grade. That's like this one is 8.8 and 10.9 and 12.9. We call it high strings balls. Okay. Yeah, for the high strings balls, we have the different manufacturing process, just like we will do the heat treated and oil or water painted.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the next product, the washer.
Okay.
Okay, as we said before, we have two different types of washer. What's the difference between them?
Yeah, okay. Today we will introduce two types of the washers, and it's different type. Firstly, we will introduce this type. This type we can see is a plain surface. Yeah, we call it a plain washer or flat washer, and we will introduce this type as spring lock washer. Okay. It's different. We can see we have a curtain on it, so it will have a pressure on this washers. Okay, for the we will introduce the plain washer firstly, and the middle of the plain washer is just between the balls and the nuts, which increasing the surface area of connected parts and reduce the pressure per unit area and prevent the nut connected parts from being damaged. And for the different type of the spring lock washer, is different general applications. Yeah, it's just to can prevent the nut from loosening, because when we lock the balls and the nuts, it will have a strength on it, and it can make the nuts and balls have more hard to loosen this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Different types for different purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Tessie, now the last question. What's the common packing of the fastener products?
And normally we do the package from different our customers' requirements, and very popular just like the carton with pallet, and the carton size about the 25 kilograms and 20 kilograms. And for the different customers, like the home center customer and the wholesaler customers, they want the small bags or small box on the inside inner boxes, and outside is carton and with pallet. We can see here we show our company's labels for this small inner boxes, and we can see this is our company AYA brand. Okay, and this is the inner box for our company, and we have the different type of this type. This type is for our home center customer. We can see this is a plastic inner box, and we can open this. Yeah, it's no problem for us to arrange the packings from our different customers' requirements. Just the 1 kg small box, 1 kg, 1,000 pieces, 100 pieces small box, or the plastic bags. Yeah, our customer can provide the detailed requirements, and we can quote the price.
Okay, got it. Tessie, thanks for a detailed introduction. And then let's move to the next part. It will be most of interest of customers. Okay, Tessie, what's the flexible activities in your live streaming today?
Okay, today in our live streaming content fire, our customer can get 3% discount for totally fasteners, including our bolts, nuts, and washers. Yeah, if you have any requirements on the fasteners of bolts, nuts, and washers, please leave your message, and our customer service will contact you soon.
Okay, if you want to book an order, please take this special discount and contact the customer service as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's a very special discount in the content fire. Please take this chance to contact.
Okay, Tessie, until now, Today's live streaming will come to an end.
Yeah, thanks for watching our live streaming.
Okay, thanks for all support. And now we can see many customers are contacting us.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, please initiate one-to-one meeting. We are waiting for you.
Welcome to the Hebei Fasteners live streaming at China time 8:30 tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have many flash sale PPs on both NAS and washer. And you can scan our WeChat QR code. We'll answer any question for you immediately.
Friends who not caught up our live streaming, please reverse back and watch our replay.
Okay,
Thanks for everyone. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. 你下回再开 G 的时候，你稍微近一点，因为他拿的时候他已经出外了。
哦，稍微近一点。
对你稍微，
没事，
你往前凑一步，你往前凑一步。